We've got a lot to go over on this fish room update because so much has happened since the last one, and I know it's only been 2 weeks, but we've gotten 3 spawns: the Wallissiochromis signatus, the Sahica cichlids or the T-bar cichlid spawned for us, and also finally, after having them for over a year, my 2 adult pair of Ancestris haplo whatever L59 bushy nose plecos. They both spawned at the exact same time. We also got some new fish coming in, so we'll take a look at those, and I'm about to start scaping my wall of 20 longs, which is so much fun. I'm super excited. I've already done a couple of them, but there's still like 7 more to go, and that's what we're going to be working on today. Hey y'all, real quick, I just want to mention this. So we know Petco's been doing the $1 per gallon now half off sale for a very long time. Well, now PetSmart's doing it, but unlike Petco, PetSmart includes all open top tanks, including the 5 gallons that we have here and the 2.5 gallons. So I picked up 5 of them. It's going to be a future project for fry grow out. So if you're after the 5 or the 2.5 gallon, go to PetSmart right now. So we're going to take a quick peek at the L59s here because they're not a very common bushy nose pleco. There he goes. You can see lots of poop in here. This is a bushy nose pleco. Those are CW62 Corridoras, but there are just fry everywhere in here, all over the glass, in the substrate, eaten. He's fanning, you can't really tell, but the fry in this tube are starting to come out. You can see one right on the lip there. And the other male's left his cave, so I think we're done there. Still a few more to go in there, and it's gonna be absolutely nuts. So this is, again, the L59. It's called the Orange Spot Bushy Nose Pleco. Because if you see, doesn't show very well on the camera, but those are actually orange spots. They look white when I'm looking at the phone here, but when I look at them in person, they're definitely orange. And their fins, the tips are going to have like this rustic orange color. Now that does fade over time, and these are really old, grown out adults, so we don't get that rustic fin coloration anymore. But for the first couple years, they're just absolutely stunning, and they're still a cool looking fish, don't get me wrong, but it's just kind of unfortunate that they lose that rustic colored fin tipped orange, I guess. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but there you go. And we can take a closer look at the T-bar cichlids here. So they spawned here, they've been moving the fry back and forth. There's still some fry in there, but we did use a turkey baster to suck most of them out once they became close to free swimming. Once they started leaving the sanctuary of the corner and started coming out here, it was time to pull them out. You can see there's actually still some, like right there, swimming around, and so far they're going unnoticed. She's got actually a whole group of them down here now that I look at it. So we did leave some in there for her. I mean, there's hundreds of them. It would have been impossible to get them all. So hopefully she can guard them. It's gonna be tough though, because there are a lot of loaches in here, and there's a section of the wall here that apparently I missed with silicone, and I've been watching the loaches go in and out from behind the background, which, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world, whatever. At least if they're back there, they can't eat all these wonderful fry. Very good. This is their first spawn. We've had the T-bars since they were fry, and very good job, very good parents. I'm pleasantly surprised. I didn't think they would do this good on the first batch, but they've been doing a great job. And then, of course, we have the Wallissiochromis signatus. There's the male and female. You can kind of see the fry in the back. She kind of just totes them around. If they get too far away, she will pick them up with her mouth and bring them back and spit them out. There you can see kind of the blue. She's very pretty. There goes the male. But they have the blue cheeks. They have the blue fins. They're just very underrated. So I want to take a look at both of these. Now the water level is getting a little low in this one, but here we have just your normal sponge, and in here you see we actually have the easy flow kit. And if you see like just the water circulation, this is a very big deal. If you don't have that circulation, you get a tank that looks like this. We see we've got all kinds of like mulm and buildup on the leaves. So I mean, there's definitely a little bit of flow there, but it is nothing like this tank over. So I actually have a gigantic stack of these easy flow kits that I've been slowly swapping out these filters because, again, here, very stagnant, not a lot of water flow, and it's just not ideal Aeration and water flow is very, very important. And for $6, these upgrade kits are ridiculous. Now, any new sponge filter you get from the co-op is going to come with them, so that's pretty cool. I mean, you can spend $6 on a sponge filter or $15 and just get a new sponge filter and have a backup and get the Easy Flow kit. So there you go. So here's kind of the overview. I'm back as far as I can get of the 920 longs. And this is going to be my Apisto wall. Every single one of these is going to have a different species of Apistos. And I'm going to just start pumping out different species of Apistos because I love Apistos and I think they're really fun. So I'm going to start on the bottom row here. This one already has some pretty nice wood and rock in it. However, what I didn't anticipate was going to a fish room with about 9 tanks to one with now just under 40. You tend to run out of hardscape really, really fast. Luckily, I was able to give my buddy Corey from Aquarium Co-op a call and was like, hey, what do you got for me? He's like, come on over, I've got you covered. And so we went over there, and he was out playing with his forklift, and when he was done doing donuts, we finally were able to find the wood and the rocks, and we got a gigantic bag of spider wood, and then another box of this size, kind of medium size Malaysian driftwood. And that really is going to help out a ton. The other thing is plants. I don't have a lot of plants. So while I have the hardscape, it's probably going to take a little while to get them all fully planted up because I'm not one that spends a lot of money on plants. I kind of just grow and propagate them myself. So it's going to be like any fish room, right? A work in progress, never ending. Put some sand in here. Apparently I missed a lot. That's nice. So we're going to start on this bottom one here. Now down here we have some really nice Corydoras bosemani. We got one hiding right here, which is just a beautiful, beautiful species. Unfortunately, they did not do very well. They've kind of settled in now, but most of them slowly died off on me. And we also have Apistogramma trifasciata in here, some little guys. One of the males in the corner here is pretty colorful. You can see the blue sheen there. So those will be what's going in here. Got a random thing in here. Yeah, the females are really small, so that's all right. I like buying the fish smaller and watching them grow, turn into adults and spawn. Definitely should be some more bosemani in here, though. I know there's more than one bosemani cory in here. Okay, yeah, there's a couple more down here in the corner. So we got to upgrade this one to the Easy Flow, and in order to do that, we have to use the small sponge filter. The medium and large with the Easy Flow kit will not fit in a 20 long, they're too tall. So the first thing we're going to do is swap both of these out with the small sponge filter with the Easy Flow kit. Alright, I'm going to attempt to show you how to fit these small sponge filters in a 20 long. You want to take the main piece here and actually just rip it off, like so. Then we're going to put the top half into this piece, right? Slide it all the way down, like so. Hopefully you can see that, I don't know. And then this can actually go in either way, and it'll work. So you can go this way, or this is the way I do it, and then I just push this all the way down as well. And then obviously you take this piece off, and bada bing, bada boom. Now here's the magical thing about these, is that no airline, no feeding an airline through the sponge filter anymore, or through the uptake, right? Everything's on the outside. This makes maintenance a breeze. Your sponge filter is clogged up, dirty. All you gotta do is snap that off and take this out. You don't have to take off this, feed it through, and none of that. All that junk, that nonsense, it's all over with. And that's it. Now this fits perfectly in a 20 long if the water was full. So there you go. I'm going to end up with a whole bunch of extra pieces. It's going to be like an erector set by the time I'm done. I'm going to be able to do all kinds of stuff. Maybe get mini hamsters and build Tube City. I don't know. That's obviously a terrible joke, but anyways. So now we've got our airline here. Should probably scoop out all this duckweed while I'm at it. Maybe I'll do that first. Maybe not all of it, but at least a good chunk of it here. For now, I'm just gonna probably leave this floating milfoil plant in there until I actually get it planted for real. So one thing we don't really talk about that much is placement. Placement of your equipment. I like to put my sponge filter right in front of the heater. That way the heater is getting maximum water flow. It's getting distributed through, or the heat is getting distributed throughout the aquarium. Now also when I get a lot of detritus and mold built up like this, I usually just stick a hang-on back filter on there for a day, and it cleans all that up. This is a Rotala that hasn't converted yet. I'm gonna keep that over there. Here's a really nice crypt that is converted, so we're gonna plant that in here. I'm gonna take a lot of, actually I'm gonna take a lot of this plant out, I think, 'cause it's just in the way. Now I gotta go pick out some wood, and I'll be right back. So for this build, I kind of want to go with just longer, thin pieces of wood versus big bulky pieces. So we'll see how well I did. I'm gonna leave this plant planted because I need plants. I have a very big shortage of plants, so keep that in there. Hopefully it'll continue to grow and spread. Here are the 4 pieces, and you're getting a glimpse of how I aquascape. I just toss them in. This one I will place a little more delicately, like through this plant, I think. No, that's not gonna work. Well, like maybe something like so. I hate potted plants, man. I hate having to pick rock wool off of potted plants. Anytime I can buy plants that are not in rock wool versus plants that are in rock wool, I will never, ever choose rock wool over bare root. I mean, like, who wants to deal with this? This is stupid. But we do what we gotta do when we gotta do it, don't we? Look at the flow in here. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. That just night and day difference. I'm gonna try to get this one back in here. Pretty good. Try to even this out a little bit. I've got some of these botanical packs here, and I will take the leaves out of this, and we'll get our tannins back. It's gonna take a while. You know, I'll probably just dump the whole thing in here, to be honest. Like, there we go. I love leaf litter. It'll take a day or two for all of this to float down in there, and we'll have some nice tannin to water. The apistos will love it. I will love it. I do think I need some Anubias in there, or just something. Maybe some boost. Pulled off a couple sprigs of dwarf sage, which we can, I don't want it in the back here like that. Yeah, there we go. It'll probably just get uprooted, but you know, that's a never-ending battle. Hopefully it'll get rooted before things rip it up. Now I do need a dither fish in here, and it just so happens that we got new fish. So let's take a look at the new fish and let things settle in here for a little bit and check back in. All right, so the fish came in. We're gonna take a look. Keep packs, of course, warm. And very excited to get these tetras. They're jelly bean tetras. Magical jelly bean tetras.
In case you didn't know.
Which are probably going to be in here. Or am I wrong? These are the apistos.
Oh, yeah, there we go. I see them. Kind of. Ooh, wow.
There we go.
Yeah, even in the back. Wow. That's a good looking boy right there.
So there should be 2 males and 2 females. Looking pretty good.
Nice.
Gonna float those. Now the jelly bean tetras. Gonna be really small. No color yet.
Oh wow, they're not as small as I thought they'd be. Oh, it's okay. They'll be just fine.
There you go.
Nice.
Got a little bit of color on the.
Yeah, that guy looks nice.
Some of the fins there, but they should color up beautifully.
Yay.
And we're gonna let these float and warm up a little bit, and check back in a little bit. So here are the jelly bean tetras. It's been quite a while now. They've settled in. They're starting to color up. It's really hard to see, especially on camera, because this green plant and the duckweed gives them like a green tint. Now they are green. They're just not as green as you see. But now we're starting to get some color on the fins. Oh, when these get a little bigger, put on some size, they're going to be absolutely beautiful. And if you're wondering why I didn't put them in the tank that I just scaped, it's because I think I'm going to move pencil fish down there instead. As you can see, we've got the hockey stick pencilfish or Nanostomus equus, but we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. I'm not sure. As far as the rescape, here is how we're looking. Here is how we're doing. And you know what? I think it's pretty decent. During water changes, I'll probably keep adding more and more of the dwarf sag. But for now, I think it's pretty good. I thought about maybe doing some Anubias or Bucephalandra, and I still might, but I'm going to hold off for now. I did put in a cave for the Epistos over here. Now, if you're wondering about the Apistogramma trifasciata that I just unboxed, those are the same ones you've been looking at this entire video. I know there's some kind of glitch in the matrix that allowed you to see them in their tank before I even had them out of the package. Very spooky, not sure how that happened. But as you can see, they're doing fine. The females have been like shoaling around together, and of course now that I say that, they're not. And the male, one of the males is hiding behind there, and another male is hiding back there. So they just got to get used to it. I'm sure once they're in here for a day or two, they'll get much more comfortable. And when I move ditherfish in here, that'll make them feel better as well. But for now, this is where we're gonna leave it. And I was gonna do two. I wanted to get this whole row done, but this video is kind of getting pretty long here. So I think I'm just gonna do one tank at a time. So we've got maybe 6 left. So if you're into 20 longs, you're in the right place. Now, I mean, they're all gonna be pretty similar. I've got like the same scape for like every tank, but you know what? You're gonna see a lot of cool fish, so. All right, folks, that's gonna do it for this one. I know at the beginning, like I said, I was gonna try to do like a row at a time, but it's too much. It's too long of a process. If I wasn't filming, I could do all of them in one day. But the filming makes it take a lot longer, and also makes the video a lot longer. So I think we'll just do one tank at a time, kind of steal that catchphrase from Corey. And yeah, if you're into 20 longs, like I said, you're in the right place. If you want to take a look at these Easy Flow kits, I'm telling you, they're absolutely rad. I don't get this much joy out of something that's usually $6, and so I'm pretty excited. So check them out. I'll put a link down below. And again, I'm pretty sure they only work on the co-op sponges, but just buy one of their sponges for $15 and you get the whole kit. So I don't know, that's just my philosophy. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one.